Welcome guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're bringing you a nice easy tutorial on how to remove stub and powder coat. I'm Jish and welcome back to the channel. This video was sponsored by Skillshare, more on that later on. So as some of you may know, in the last episode we took the frame to the powder coaters as well as all the other parts. Now everything has been done and it's really nice looking other than the frame. Now the frame, we've had a little bit of a nightmare, let me show you. So basically what we have here is a frame that has been acid dipped, shot blasted, and as you can see, this powder coat, it's just so stubborn. I don't know what it is. I do not know who coated it or what they coated it in, but it's been so stubborn to the point where the powder coaters have had to give it me back because they simply cannot dip it. They have dipped it multiple times, left it overnight, and as you can see, we've still got this. You can see here, even the shot blasting has not touched it. It's just literally bouncing off. It's basically this thick, really thick rubber coating that just stretches and it's making the shot just bounce off. So you can understand why the videos have taken a little bit longer, why the last video ended in such a weird way. But these things happen. This is what you call real life. This is what happens with real life builds. It's just one of those things that you just have to figure out and work out what's the next plan of attack. And for me, it's getting all this nasty powder coat off. Now, I doubt I'm the first person this has happened to, but I'm going to share with you what I know works and what I'm going to do with this frame. So let's get stuck in. So the first thing you're going to need is a grinder. Now ideally you needed a twist wire attachment other than this just straight hair wire wheel attachment, but this is all I could get my hands on. And don't get me wrong, it does work really well, but the twist wire one just won't disintegrate as quick, because boy, these disintegrate. I mean, this one was one I was using last night. You'll also need some things like wire brushes, some Stanley blades just to scrape away where some of the things you just want to start an edge and stuff like that. That's what I found useful for me. Now the solution I have found for getting in those nooks and crannies and making it so much easier is actually fire. For example, this piece was not touched by the acid dipping or the shot blasting, but as soon as I heated up this section, it made it super brittle and it just meant it just pulled away super easy. So rather than me just telling you how to do it, let me show you how to do it. But before that, a quick message from our sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring courses for you to check out, whether it be engine building, photography, even 3D printing. Skillshare will most certainly have a course that suits your needs. I personally really enjoyed this course by this creator, just because I'm going into full-time content creation and this has really helped me understand the basics of everything I need to know moving forward into this area. And right now, Skillshare are offering the first 1,000 of my subscribers a free trial of membership for you to try out and check out. It's definitely worth looking into because there's so much to learn. You will always better yourself doing it, and I guarantee there is something for you. So thank you very much, Skillshare, for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to work. So after many hours of burning, brushing and scraping, we are left with a frame that looks like this. Now, It's a lot of work, but we still need to go over it with a wire wheel just to get off any last loose bits, but I'm certain now that we've burnt most of the plastic. It's actually gone really brittle and crumbly, so if it gets acid dipped again, that should take it off, and it probably will get blasted again. So hopefully that has cured the problem of this really thick, nasty industrial powder coat that we've had to deal with. It is very important you wear gloves, masks and eye protection doing this, because there are bits flying everywhere. There's some really nasty smells, and yeah, it's not a good thing to do. One last go over with the wire wheel attachment, and it should be ready to go back to the powder coaters. Let me know down below if you have suffered with this sort of problem before, because I don't think I'm the only one that's had to deal with this. It's one of those really nasty problems, but there's always a way around it, so let's get it finished. So there we have it. After a quick wire wheel, again, I destroyed another one. That's a total of 3 wire wheels destroyed, but as I say, twisted wire wheel should be the way forward. Despite it being a lot of grinding and effort, it's a very satisfying job to do, and now I can take this to the powder coaters, and they can get it all sorted, and we can have a fresh new frame. So yeah, hopefully next video we'll be reassembling the bike and we can actually start seeing the shape of it again. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, and I shall see you in the next video. Peace. Shout out to all my Patreons out there. Thank you for supporting. It really helps the channel grow.